Hello everyone, Suntan2, and welcome to another mod overview, this time on small boats. A mod that adds 3 different types of boats, few control options, and cannons and chests and other things you can interact with. Looking in NEI, as well as for configs, you can see there's the Hoy, Punt, Whitehall, and small boats base. So be careful of that when looking for them in NEI, but for the most part you can make either of the 3. You obviously want to start with a punt with wool, sticks and a boat, and you can upgrade it to a Whitehall with 3 of them, and you can upgrade the Hoy with 3 Whitehalls. Other than that, if you just climb into the boat just by right clicking, you can start using it and the sail will go accordingly. You can't access the chest by just simply right clicking, it will require to use a different key. So you can see our chest, and there's only 1 chest in here, not 2, so obviously I can't do much about that. If you go to controls, you can see a bunch of different options. So if you happen to come across one that's a lot bigger, such as the Hoy, you'll most likely be using these controls. You've got the cursor following, which I'm assuming is for the boat to follow your cursor, because obviously these are older boat controls, and I need to remember that and not get confused with newer ones. You've got access to 2 chests, and you've got the ability to ready all guns with those. It's left control, obviously by default for that one, just rebound it. So this one just works as a simple small boat you can just use. It's got a chest and works like so. We can get out pretty easily. If we go to the next one, just right clicking here, and it'll take us to there. And if we go N, we've got the starboard chest, and we've got the port chest on M. So we can put some stuff in there. And we'll be good to go. Movement in this pretty much about the same. Obviously you've got 2 sails. It is a bit faster though, I'm pretty sure, but it is a lot bigger, so there is a lot more to hit. So definitely be careful of that. The hitbox or hit detection is kind of awkward, but when you're obviously in a larger space than a river, you won't have so much of a problem with either turning or just simply moving accordingly. And last but not least, of the things in the mod, we have the Hoy, which obviously you can go between each of the different chests, which obviously is a lot larger of a size than it was before with the previous. Obviously this one will take a bit of getting used to. And I'll try and move to the left a bit more if possible. There we go. Unless I'm turning it the wrong way. Probably just break it. Oop, there we go. There we go, now we can turn it. So, larger sails, not too bad. If we happen to press P, we can ready the guns. We actually check controls again, because I don't quite remember. Got the different batteries, so obviously which cannons you'll be using to fire. So if we happen to press the left bracket, you can see it shooting that way, and the right one on the right side. Obviously they will break blocks similar to TNT or creepers. In terms of actually needing cannonballs, it seems you don't need to, because obviously there isn't any in the mod. There's no cannonballs at all. So yeah, if you want a bunch of ships for movement or carrying multiple players, or to fit a specific theme, or just fire with cannons once you get to the top tier, definitely worthwhile. Otherwise though, you may be able to walk on top of some of these, but we'll see. The smaller ones obviously do take up quite a bit with the sail, so it can be a bit awkward. But for the most part, with the hoy, you should be able to walk on it, possibly, but obviously it's not going to match according to what the size of you are compared to the actual boat itself can be, so yeah, keep that in mind. Otherwise though, I think that is about it, but we'll get to configs. So, there's multiple different ones. There's the small boats one itself, so for the actual mod itself. You've got the health and speed of boats, you've got the damage for blocks and entities, and you've got the logging, which the level is finest, which I'm not too sure on what that means, but either way. We've got the punt one, which just has level info, so I'm assuming that's just for the boat itself, rather than any other types of things, or it's just asking for the information from this config, which would just be normal health, normal speed, and obviously it won't take any consideration of this, I assume. Actually, wait, no, this should be for the actual boat itself, not cannons. That's where I'm probably getting confused. The Whitehall, though, you can configure the colours of the type of wood, the flooring, the hull, and a bunch of other aspects. So if you want mahogany wood, or you want white wood, then yeah, you've got that, compared to obviously aspects of, I'm assuming, the chests and the typical boat that you get, or the sails as well, which is probably a lot of common elements that will probably relate to the info aspect of it. I don't know what else can change, but we'll see. I can't do that there. So. And last we have the hoy, which obviously you can enable for cannons or guns to be accessible or not, as well as the colours on it, and again the info. Other than that though, thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.